Hello, you're watching James. Welcome to the first impressions video of the San Martin 6200 Retro, model number SN004-G. Now I have to say I'm a little bit excited about this watch. It's something that looks a little bit interesting, something that looks really good. Now as usual, when this watch arrived, I unpackaged it, took all the plastics off, sized it to my wrist, had a quick look, and then put it away for this video. Now I have to say I am a little bit excited for two reasons. Firstly, this particular model of San Martin has been on my watch list for some time now, and also it is my first San Martin watch. The first thing I have to say is that it came very well packaged. I'm quite happy the way it came. I'm quite confident that it would have arrived safely from anywhere to anywhere in the world. It was wrapped in this bubble wrap. And it came in this fairly well-known San Martin case. If you've watched any other videos about the San Martin watches, you would have seen this before. What surprised me a little bit was how small the box was though. I was a little bit surprised if you look at my hand compared to the size of the case here. I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger. I'm not disappointed in that. I think that's just my perception having seen it on YouTube videos before. And inside here, we're going to have all the bits and pieces and the watch. So I'm just going to put the watch to the side for a second. Comes with this double pass NATO strap, which I guess I'll have a go of that later on at some stage. Has the little user manual, warranty card I'm guessing, hang tag. Now I only had to take 2 links out to have it fit my wrist. Initially I took out 3, but it was a little bit too tight and I ended up taking out 2. So be aware, I've only got a 6 3/4 inch wrist. If you've got a much larger wrist than me, perhaps this might not be the watch for you. It also came with these little tools, which are used for the changing of the bracelet, which were very handy. Some spare spring bars, a spring bar tool, and it came with this little vial here, which I wasn't sure what it was, but looks like there's some oil in there for the watch. And the watch came wrapped up just like this, and with a fair bit of plastic and one of those blue plastic dots on the side covering the crown here, which took me ages to pull off because I don't have any blue tack to stick to it. And what I do have to say is initially my views of this watch are pretty damn good. You can already see that anti-reflective coating. It has that very simple dial, which I'm really quite like. That lovely double dome or single dome vintage style sort of crystal there. And the effective lug to lug is actually a little bit bigger than I expected, which is quite good because I was a little bit worried because it's a slightly smaller watch, how it would look on my wrist. Certainly the way that it's finished is pretty damn good. I did have high hopes for this watch, so it's quite interesting to actually see it in the flesh, or in the steel. It's got a milled clasp, very nice, very simple case back, as you'd expect if you've seen one of these homage watches to this particular style. It has a screw down crown, so it has hand winding. Now, being an NH35, I wasn't sure, but yes, it's got a ghost position there. And it's got hacking. And there's what looks like my 6 3/4 inch wrist. As I mentioned, I'm a little bit surprised because I was expecting it to be a little bit small, which it sort of is, but because it's got that larger case or larger effective lug to lug, it actually seems to fit like a slightly larger watch. So I'm quite impressed by that. And having those rivets on the bracelet are a little bit different. I don't have any other watches that have a bracelet like that. But let's check out what this loom is like, this little vintage sort of style watch. Well, there's the loom on the watch. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? And look at that dome crystal affecting the loom there on the sides and the edge. Isn't that cool? Very nice. I quite like that. And because it doesn't have the day or date window in there, it makes it look a little bit more, or better symmetry perhaps is what the word I'm looking for. And let's just check out that bezel, shall we? Oh yeah, that feels good. That feels like a proper bezel action, unlike some of the other watches I've tried recently. No movement at all, feels very solid, has a nice feel and sound to it. Nice edge as well, so you can certainly feel like it's finished well, you know. Alright, that's it. It was just a quick first impressions of this watch. I'm going to have it on wrist and wear it for quite some time now before I do a full review. I do have some other videos coming up soon, so it gives me a bit of time to have this on wrist, get some proper wrist time with it, and then I can give you a proper in-depth review of it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video and the full review of this one, hopefully. See ya.